What's up, guys? This is your boy Rusian with another Raid Shadow Legends video on the Hell Hades 2025 free-to-play competition. So today we're gonna do a little different, and I hope this actually helps people with new accounts. Doesn't matter if you're in the competition or not. So what I'm doing today is I'm gonna show you guys where I am, and it should be that's where you should be in your first week playing the game, if you had enough time. So the reason I'm doing this video is the first week, and the most if you're competing, it's a huge grind, okay? And the reason for that is you have a lot of energy from the call of Arbiter, you have promo codes you can use, but the moment it gets to the second week of the game, it's, well, you run out of all of that, right? So I'm going to be showing you guys how to actually get energy for the second week, third week, and so on in your account, and the most free to play. Yeah, so let's jump into it. All right, so first thing, let me show you guys where I am on the Arbiter missions. And just remember, as of the first week, I've been using only the champions I got as my free champions, be from the link or from the promo code, right? New players promo code. Now, I did have some pulls. Some people argue about me having pulled Kyoko. Yes, I did, but I haven't used her because, to be honest, like the first few weeks, you don't have the gear for a lot of those champions. Okay, that's the issue. So you have to be able to do everything you can do with the champions you have. Also, that comes to the main reason why I chose Sigmund. All right, so let's take a look. As of right now, when we look at champions, I did actually pull Genzin. He's not the greatest champion. He's good with faction wars, Fire Knights, and that's really where I want him to be. So as of right now, I'm going to be trying to build him as fast as possible, but that's really my focus with him, okay? His kit's not bad. Hit 3 times. Each hit fills this champion's turn meter by 6%. It's alright. Attacks all enemies, has 75% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense buff, which is also good, but I do have other champions that do the same. Attacks one enemies, will ignore unkillable buffs and shield buffs, what is really good, right? Fills this champion turn meter, so that's really good for him. And this Bushido increases champion speed by 10 and resistance by 50 if the number of champions on this champion's team is equal or lower than the number of enemies on the enemy team. So for what I'm going to be using him, doesn't really help much. I'm not going to say later on in the account I'm going to have a lot of use. That's what I want you guys to understand. I'm talking about second week. What do I need to focus? Focus on him, make him fast, and also get some of my turn meter control champions like Arbiter fast enough as well to be able to control the Fire Knight, right? Okay, so this being said, I do have Alice that everybody should have if you're watching the video, soon enough. Kyoko, yes, she's on level 50 right now. I really don't have the gear on her right now. I've been using her on Clan Boss, but it's negligible what she's been doing for the team. Now when we go Sigmund, yes, not the gear I want to have with him, but the gear that has helped me right now. It's good to have him on C-Rate. So, do have Armiger, who is very slow right now. I need to up this thing to at least 200, so I can move up on the Fire Knight. Same thing with Ugo. I put Ugo a little bit slower than she was. Still need to work. The problem is I haven't been too lucky with gear. And Kyle, pretty good, but pretty slow as well. But I do need him on lifesteal. So, but you should be, like, even if you're being unlucky, you should be at this point in your account, right? So I don't have too many other big champions. Like I did pull Melga, but it's great as an epic, but I just geared her a little bit before because of faction wars. I do have Tag War, who actually I would almost say would have been better than Ugo in a lot of ways, but I cannot afford to have them both to level 60 as of now. My next level 60, I know everybody is trying to get Alice because the damage. To be honest, Sigmund is my next 60. What brings me to the next point. I'm also very close to get my next 6-star. So I already have 5 chickens. Um, I am going to use Jailer uh, as my next chicken. It's not a bad champion, but right now I need 6-star champions, and it's not even to do with the competition. It's so I can clear more content, right? So those are pretty much what I'm using right now. Yes, I know those are champions for fusions, but again, right now, not the time to be concerned about it. You will eventually pull them if you can be clearing higher stages and getting shards from it. Okay, so right now the problem is energy, and also I'm pretty much out of mystery shards, and I need a lot of food champions from 2-star. Okay, so on Arbiter missions, I am halfway right now, uh, between 2 and 3 on part 3. So that's where it starts to become hard because I can easily clear stage 13 or higher, but apologize. The problem with here is it's much easier if I clear higher stage. So I'm almost for sure going to get 5 or 6-star artifacts. So that's where you should really be thinking, do you want to invest, most when you don't have much energy? Do you want to invest on trying so hard to get 15 artifacts, 5, 6 stars, when chances are most of the artifacts you're going to be getting is level 4, like 4 stars? Probably not. I feel that's the time that I need to be concerned about my champions, about leveling them, getting them fast enough, getting the gear that I can use. Like right now, for example, we have speed gear on Dragon. Now, the only reason why I'm not so invested right now on Dragon is because I'm trying to get my 6-star. Now, this brings to how do you get the energy? So, first week's grind, right? Next week, start next week, it becomes very much of you don't have to spend so many hours a day playing the game. Now, I'm saying that, but I know some people gonna be spending all their awakened time playing in this competition, but you don't have to. And that's what I'm gonna show. So you can get a lot of energy on quests. As of today, I already completed the 4 or 5. So we're gonna be completing as soon as the reset. And after this happens, we get a couple of pots down here, and we get the classic arena 5 times pot. So I'm gonna get about 3 new energy fuels. The other thing, monthly is already gone, already passed. The other thing to keep in mind is you guys need to try to complete as much as can. Usually you get 1 pot plus 50 or so energy, and you may get a couple of gems that will help you buy a pot if necessary. So those are things you guys need to be focusing on to maximize your energy, right? Now, the other thing I need to focus, and that's why I need speed, and probably after I get my 6-star, I'm going to be jumping right on Dragon later today. And it really has to do with the Doom Tower. So right now I'm running into problems to get to floor 30. And my sole reason is I don't have enough speed to be able to take care of my enemies. Also, Sigmund's not booked enough for me to be able to use strengthen, right? I've been trying to use Kyoko in here, but it's still not good enough. Tagore would be great. I may have to work on him next as well to get him up because he can cleanse. Cleanse is really important, and he can just revive without having to wait for every single one of the other champions to be dead for him to be allowed to revive. So that's a problem with Ugo. So I gotta be working on this. But to be honest, for the most part, you don't really have to spend much time because the moment you finish your quest, the moment you ran clan bosses, what is 2 keys and then a key every 6 hours, you run your Doom Tower that mostly, unless you get to the boss and it's being a pain, you can use auto climb. The only thing you're really gonna be doing through the day is every 15 minutes, half an hour, you walk in here in the most free to play the way it is, not with the right champions. You click, refresh, can't beat it, can't beat it, can't beat it. Oops, okay, 15 minutes later, go back on. This one, the first one in here, I may be able to beat, but I'll try off screen. Because if you guys take a look, I'm at 6-9. And that's the thing too, like, team power this early, even later on, you guys gonna have to pay attention that sometimes it means so much. A lot of times it doesn't mean as much as it seems like, right? Because I've been beating team power 100s with a little bit of a struggle, but still being able to. So it's very dependent of what champions they have in this team, right? Like for me, probably take Kyoko out and put an Arbiter just to block revive on Wukong. Maybe a good idea. So, but I'm gonna plan that later. Anywho, so that's pretty much what you guys have to do is just every now and then jump in, go to arena, and it's not even to keep yourselves on gold or anything because some of the missions it's harder if you're on gold, and I put very, very, very weak, and it still was hard for me to drop from gold. So yeah, it was a bit of a struggle. I finally got the 100 medals to be able to pass on the Arbiter mission, but yeah, it was hell. Now, this being said, those are the ways you guys get energy, and when you guys are creating food, right? One of the best things too is like check what is coming up on your faction wars. Because like for example here, what do we have? We have Bannerlord coming up with Barbarian Crypt, right? So if I gonna have foods coming up, instead of me using to feed something, a Barbarian or a Bannerlord, I probably would rather like level them and use other foods. And then 5 hours from now, when it opens, Faction Wars open, I use them just to, clear some of the states, maybe get that bits of energy here, 100 energy, get me some silver, and after I use all my keys, then they become real food, right? Unless you're a really good champion, then you keep. But like I said, unless it's a decent epic, like I'm not going to feed Rockbreaker, I'm not going to feed Melga. There are champions you may want to hold on to. But rares, some of them just don't worry about. Like, I will be keeping Elhain because she's a really good champion to, build up. But again, I can probably pull like 20 of her on mystery shards. So if I really had to in the end of the day, I would just feed her, no problem. Probably feed Gallic first. But you guys know what I mean. So I really feel like the only things I've been lacking is on challenges. Only because, well, champion challenge, they'll happen. You don't have to worry too much about. Dungeon challenge, like I said, I need to build my team fast enough to be able to clear, to get to stage 13. They can almost do it. I think if each champion, the most armor had a little bit more speed, I would have zero problems to get stage 13 and pass. But as of right now, I have to look out on pools. Arena is the same thing. You don't really have to do anything. It's just going to happen. And badges are badges. So, yeah, so far so good. Um, like I said, it's not that hard. You guys, the focus on the first few weeks and the first month, doesn't matter if that's in a competition, but mostly if you're a free-to-play account, always focus on getting your main 4 champions up. Now, it doesn't mean it's the four champions you sorted, but at least get them to level 50, your start champions, and then make some good choices if you feel one of them, if you got someone that does a better job. Hold up on 50, doesn't use this food. It will take a little bit longer to, maybe a couple of hours longer, or maybe a day, to be able to get another rank 5 chicken, plus level 2, level 50. It's sometime you're going to lose, but in the end of the day, you're not playing the game just for today. Even on this competition, it's a 3-month competition. A lot going to be happening. Some people are pulling Helicat and then Geomancer next. And in the end of the day, it only means so much. That's the honest truth. Yes, it would help my account so much, but if I play the game right, it's like playing chess. You can have like 2 pieces left and still win the game. All right? So, guys, I hope that was interesting. Leave me comments. Let me know what questions you guys have. What are you guys struggling with in the game? Okay, leave in the comments below. Please give me a like. I really appreciate it. It's been great this last week. And it's not only how many subscribers I got and comments and likes. It is in part. It's just I feel like more appreciated. I feel people are connecting more with those videos. So yeah, I've been very happy, and I hope you guys have been enjoying that as well. All right. So guys, I hope you guys have a great weekend. And as always, I'll see you in the game.